and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to net walking, and he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresi gets a shot, and scores! 4-4! Here comes the Brave, and a save there, and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot, and he scores! And he tries to net walking, and he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresi gets a shot, and scores! 4-4!
Who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Borealis. Borealis are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne for this pivotal AIHL clash between the Melbourne Mustangs and the Sydney Ice Dogs. Well, these two teams definitely in the hunt for the good old cup come the first week of September. They currently sit 4th and 5th on 22 points and 21 points respectively. The Mustangs with the 1 point edge, and 2 games to be played here this weekend, 6 points on offer, and arguably a defining fixture and defining weekend for both clubs in the overall season picture. G'day everyone, my name's Steve White, and joining me for the first time in a while, it's good afternoon to Rod Johns.
Good afternoon, my friend. Now I've got a real issue here because it's been so long. You're gonna have to probably carry me through this broadcast.
Well, that's what I do most nights, isn't it? But anyway.
Thank you for being so honest.
All right, well, we come into this game, I mean, the Mustangs came off hot last week against the CBR Brave. 2 wins, 1 in the shootout, 1 in full in regulation against the top place CBR Brave. Fixture that probably, particularly the first game, no one would have picked. No disrespect to either team, but they're coming in hot. The Dogs are coming in hot as well. They've been really good this season and a very tight race for 4th spot. What's your thoughts on today's game?
Well, I mean, I think that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out that this is a very important weekend for both teams. Each one of them would like to sweep. They wouldn't like to have anything less than a split, and they certainly wouldn't want to go out of here losers. So it's a big deal, man.
Well, 6 points on offer, and well, we'll quickly take the national anthem, and we'll be back with the first period of action between the Ice Dogs and the Mustangs. So don't go away. All right, that's the anthems done, or the anthem done. And we are set for battle between the Mustangs and the Sydney Ice Dogs. And we talked about 6 points on offer this weekend. They'll meet again tomorrow night. And, well, one could say both teams' finals aspirations on the line here tonight. Your starting goaltenders for the Sydney Ice Dogs, it's Damien Ketlow, 14 games played, 7 wins, 7 losses, with 2 shutouts. Goals against average of 2.37 and a save percentage of 0.934%. And at the other end for the Mustangs, it's James Kruger, 7 games played, 4 wins, 3 losses, GAA of 3.86%, sorry, 3.86 and a 0.887% save percentage. As we get set for action here at the O'Brien Group Arena, Rod, and a couple of storylines that we will discuss going into the game in terms of personnel for both teams, particularly in terms of the Mustangs.
Well, for sure. I think that the people that wouldn't have been watching what's been going on lately will be surprised to see Troy Robertson back in the lineup for the Mustangs. He hasn't played with them since 2014 when they won the championships. So that'll be a bolstering on the defense. And if you haven't been watching the papers or paying any attention to the local media, Mitch Humphries is playing for the Mustangs, so he's transferred camps, and that's been a plus as well. So.
And Johnston straight up to the races in on a breakaway. Johnston moves and he shoots, and James Kruger with a save right off the draw. Steve Johnson took the face off and almost made it. The fastest goal in AIHL history, I would believe. I'd have to get some fact-checking done on that, but, well...
I would like to think that Kruger be thinking, what's going on here? In the first 5 seconds, he has to deal with the 1-0.
So here's Rolick to Tillman, two men of huge stature and probably the tallest two players on the ice. Puck in behind the net as the Mustangs try to break out of their own zone. As looking for the hit there was Tillman. The Mustangs have it now. McCoy flips it out. Rolick patrols the blue line and keeps it on the right side as far as the Ice Dogs are concerned. Johnston just feather touches this one through as well. Big hit there from Tillman on McCoy to set the tone here early. The Ice Dogs of old have arguably returned, according to many this season. Well, many of the personnel have, and the physicality as well. Here's Burke now, 2-on-3. Come the Mustangs off to Mitch Humphries now. Shoots and glove there by Ketlow, and he drops it off now here for Rolick. Rolick, nice outlet pass for Tillman right in front of the penalty box. Back to Rolick. Rolick's full head of steam down the outside. Rolick cutting in towards the net. As Dunwoody is camped in front and the puck trails through and comes out now here to Pat O'Kane down the far side. O'Kane just dipsy doodles there past Marino. And Rolick back now here for the Ice Dogs. It's been quite the find for the Sydney team this season on the blue line. And on the Mustangs blue line in terms of their offensive zone is Kokanen as he puts it into the corner. Big solid hit there. O'Kane shrugged that off. And the puck goes back into the half wall. Back to the point now. Bright tries to chip that past Carini. Goes in deep now, trying to the side of that was Schumer. And he couldn't find a connection there with O'Kane. And Alice Carini now sets out for the Ice Dogs down the near side. Puck swiped out. It's almost a too many men situation. Here's Andrew White now for the Dogs. Gets put into the corner. Manages to control the puck. It's a big hit for his troubles. And here comes Bright for the Mustangs. Bit of time and space. 13 to go here in the first frame scoreless. If you just tune in, the laser, Paul Lazzarotto flips it out to the far side. Stringer couldn't control the pass. Enough to negate icing, though. And back for the Ice Dogs is Marino. Out to Vyasov now. It's stolen there by Thomas Manko, long-time servant of the Ice Dogs, looking for Kane Spence. Ended up on the stick there of Lazzarotto, and he fires it across ice and trying to clear the zone. There was McCoy. Puck comes back out over the neutral zone. And over comes Stringer, left the puck behind. Stringer back in the lineup tonight for the Mustangs after a little absence. And here's Troy Robinson, the other man we were talking about, making his return to the Mustangs since 2014. Pass is picked off there by Johnston. Johnston now breaking in on Kruger. Oh, he hit the pipe! And Johnston again looking to make it 1-0 on a burst of speed and just unable to do so. Two explosive chances there for the Sydney Ice Dogs centre. Here's Humphries now. Pressured into the boards there by Rolick. There's appeals for a penalty there for the Mustangs faithful. And nothing according to referee Steve DeWitt. Here's Johnston again, down the far side. Dangles his way through Johnston, going to be hard to contain. Finally is contained, and out come the Mustangs. Burke now looking for Humphries, squeezed out there by Tillman, who wheels around with the puck. Goes one-on-one there with Beatty. Rolick did well to hold it onside. And it goes into the corner. And so both players jousting, and comes back to the point in front of the bench. And taken over by the long locks of Daniel Pataki. Rink wide pass there to Rolick, just onside. There with Johnston and Tillman on this top line here for the Ice Dogs. Man, half of his stature. Pat O'Kane lays the body and almost came away with the puck, and Dunwoody did good to get it back from him. As both players lose their edge simultaneously. McCoy tried to clear the pass, and he does so now. Up down here to Kokanen, down the near side. Kokanen moving in over the hash marks. And his shot is deflected and over the shoulder of Ketlow. And Johnson tries to backhand it out of the zone. Picked off again here by McCoy. Sends it right back in. Retreats to his own bench for a line change. As do the Ice Dogs. As that pass from Bataki now here to Shumack. Straight on the ice. Flips it out now here to Alice Carini. The youngsters on the ice now here for the Ice Dogs. Put in by Bright. And rimmed around. Shumack chops it off. Puts it back into the corner now for Carini. Feeds it Dunwoody. Shot! Sprays it across the face. And out. And not out as far as the Ice Dogs are concerned. And the puck locked in the offensive zone here for Sydney. Andrew White did well to chop that off, puts one on net, that's wide of the net of Kruger, but was taking no chances and blocking it aside anyway. Puck comes out now here to Lazzarotto, just as it out now here to centre. And Andrew White there again for the Dogs, just casually flips it into the corner, and the Dogs retreat for a line change. Frantic pace to start this afternoon's game. We hope that is the theme for the rest of it and tomorrow. Here's Vyasov. Held in on the forecheck there by Stevenson. Manko. As Vyasov now wheels back and starts out with a bit of momentum, looking for Lazzarotto. Couldn't hold the pass, touches up and avoids the icing call. As Todd Stevenson got collected there at the blue line without the puck. Here's Vyasov now. Vyasov tried to saucer that one through to Beatty, who was pinching in. Fires one on net, and Ketlow elected to leave that one to his right-hand side. Manko now. Couldn't get the pass in. Vyasov peels back behind the goal line and looking for an outlet there with McCoy on the point. But he's pretty well contained there by Marino. Pass back to the point. Beatty with a shot. It's loose in front, and Ketlow gets most of it, and he covers. Wow. 5 minutes without a whistle there, and great action from both teams.
Well, I reckon that's the longest time I've sat around and said nothing in my life, dude.
I thought that'd be the other time was your wedding.
But I have lots to say. The Mustangs defense almost burned themselves off that long pass by Troy Robertson. It gives them a 2-on-1, and if the post wasn't there, it'd be 1-0. So they got to be very, very careful.
And here comes the long pass here for Johnson, moving and he shoots 5-0. Great save from Kruger. Well, almost art imitating life there, Rod Johns. Prophetic statement almost turned into a goal. Here's Toolman now, drops this one off, looking there for McGregor. Another returned Ice Dog after a slight absence. Here's Johnston, nice moves from him. Johnston cutting to the high slot, still got it. Goes back now here to the point to Rolick. Slips it through, here's Toolman, high slot, backhand, and turned aside there by Kruger. On the forecheck there is Stevenson, slapped back there by McGregor. Gets the shoulder there from Burke at the blue line, and Burke's done well to force it out over the blue line. And he was knocked to the ice for peeling for a penalty. Humphreys around Toolman. Into the corner, here's Rolick as he gets knocked to the ice, trying to hit a hit on Humphreys. A good check there from Burke on McGregor. The check's flying in faster this shift than previous, but still plenty of physicality here in this first period. Outlet pass now here to Toolman, got Dunwoody with him. Tallest and shortest player on the ice on the attack here for the Ice Dogs, and that's covered by Kruger, and we get a whistle.
Well, I don't want to look like I'm pointing the finger at anybody, but two straight breaks, like 1-0, and Beatty and McCoy were the defense on both of those breaks. So someone's got to be watching to make sure they don't get caught to let that happen.
And Matt Beatty was remonstrating with referee Steve DeWitt over something. I believe it was the collision between him and Rolick over in that far corner. Anyway, play continues. As off the draw goes Corey Stringer. Tried to flip that out to Schumer. Stolen there by Andrew White. Looking there for Carini. Miscommunication with Schumack. Almost cost him the puck. Schumack forces it out into neutral ice. Well, offside I thought anyway. Here's Dunwoody. Flips this up now. Trying to glove it down there is Carini. Gets in on the right side of the blue line. And backhands this one in front. Looking for Schumack. Couldn't connect. As the puck rimmed off the boards and out. Here comes Pataki for the Ice Dogs. Muscled there by O'Kane and peels off and comes right back. Here's Carini. And over the goal line. Carini now tried to hand off to Dunwoody as Kokanen stole it from him, but Andrew White did likewise by way of poke check. And the Mustangs will have to touch off as they are offside, and this gives the Ice Dogs some time to set up their breakout here with 7:30 remaining in the first frame. Dunwoody now. Long range pass trying to fit Todd Stevenson. Bounce past him and Michael McMahon. Bright backhands this out to his defensive partner McMahon in front of the corner. And he passes out now here to Lazzarotto. Too much for him to handle. McGregor gets it, fires it right back, looking for Stevenson. Icing cancelled out by the linesman as Bright wheels back and picks it up. Manko in on the forecheck here for the Ice Dogs. Couldn't do much with it. Vyasov can, and he's going to go 2-on-2 now here with the Ice Dogs defence. Gets wrapped up there by the 6'5" frame of Rolick and forced into the half wall. The puck put back into the corner. Rolick throws the body yet again. As the rest of this game, as Vyasov now has the puck, got Stringer set up in front and, well, couldn't do much with it as Rolick gloved it in behind his own net. Stringer digging at it there with Vyasov. Oh, put it in front, and Lazzarotto had a good chance, but just couldn't control the puck. Here's Vyasov now. McCoy at the blue line, as is Beatty. Vyasov muscled almost all the way out, and the pass comes out now here to Manko, and flicks it off now here to Kane Spence. Dips this one in, looking for the late arriving Rawlik, and Kruger covers, and we have a face-off. 6:20 to go, scoreless here at the O'Brien Group Arena.
And it's scoreless. It's scoreless because people got to take the shot. Vasov had that puck, and he tries to make a move, and the guy's right on him. Take the shot, drive the net. That's what they have to do. They have to roll this goalie, and they're never going to do it if they don't shoot.
So back to the point. As that one put in the corner by Marino. Jostling there is Johnston. Cycles this one here for Toolman, looking in front, and Stevenson, that being Scott Stevenson, just couldn't force it past Kruger, and we get a whistle.
I don't know about you, but I thought there were a couple plays out there that could easily have been called penalties. I mean, there are a couple elbows that I thought, like that elbow, like in that long play, Humphreys got hit behind the net. That was a clear elbow.
Yeah.
There were a couple of other good shots going on too.
Yeah. So Beatty, I think that was what Beatty was protesting about earlier. Here's Burke now, 1-on-2, trying to get past Andrew White. Can't do so. Beatty centers it in front and was behind the net in the end by way of deflection. And Humphreys cleans up now here for the men in black and orange. As McDowell couldn't control the puck, Marino can here for the Ice Dogs. Got Johnston on offer. Bounces puck, comes to his fortune. And here's Johnston now moving in again on Kruger. Shoots, and this time he scores! Third time's a charm. 3 shots. The first goal to Stephen Johnston, and it's 1-0 Sydney.
Well, the interesting thing there is my critics would say, well, Rod, what happened to the long pass that you don't like? And that's exactly what happened. That was an airborne pass to Johnston. He got the puck, and all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1. So they should have broken that up and not allowed that to happen.
Well, third shot of the game, and very similar circumstances for the first two, even though the first two were clear breakaways. It was a 2-on-1. As far as Johnston, we're concerned, a great opportunity to score. 6th goal of the year, 15 points now. And he puts the Sydney Ice Dogs up 1-0. We got a face-off violation against the Ice Dogs. Schumacher, I think, the offender. And we'll have take 2 of that. No, it was actually the Ice Dogs player was late changing. So 5:38 to go. Ice Dogs on the board first here at the O'Brien Group Arena this weekend. Bright sends it wide of Ketlow. O'Kane checked there and checked again for good measure. And we're going to have a penalty against Ilman Lee.
Interference.
Interference is the call. O'Kane didn't touch the puck. And first power play of the game for the Mustangs. And well, let's see what they can do with it.
So because we don't have a stats man, how did they go on their power plays over the weekend preceding this?
Oh, I was talking about this on the podcast last week, so we'll get to that in a sec. Here's Beatty. Slid across there to Burke. Without walking into the hash mark, Burke fires. Oh, he just slides it wide of the pad of Ketlow. Kokkonen, who's in the lineup tonight after... Well, he was in the lineup last week. Here's a shot. Oh, great glove save there by Ketlow. And he covers. We're talking about it, sort of interchangeability of the Mustangs imports. Kokkonen in tonight. Maxime Perron out tonight. And now Kruger's arrived too. Has that sort of upset the chemistry of the imports, having that 5th player now?
Oh, well, I think I'd be lying to you if I told you that it didn't, but I think that, again, is where the coaching staff has to manage that properly and work out who and when to sit and make sure that they don't lose the momentum that they have through those players.
Well, the Ice Dogs have the same problem. They've got 6, and they've been rotating Strat, Allen, Johnston, and the rest. Here's Burke looking for Kokkonen. Ended up on the stick there of Beatty, and he waits for the formation to take shape as Kokkonen takes the role of lead bomber for the Mustangs. Hands off now here to the rear gunner, Beatty, in over the blue line, looking there to get past Stevenson. McGregor goes to the ice. Here's Burke with a shot. Great save, Ketlow. Wow. And the Mustangs can't capitalise on the rebound as Mitch Humphreys was parked on the doorstep.
What a great little setup by Kokkonen to Burke.
4:35 to go. 66 seconds left on the man advantage here for the Mustangs. The first power play of the game. Here's Burke now. Backhands this one over across to Kokkonen and gives the give and go here from Burke. Now to toe draggle his way through McGregor. And McGregor wiser to the stick handling. Chopped there by Carini. Exciting young prospect for the Ice Dogs. Been great the last 2 seasons. It's getting better and better.
He's been one of their best players so far in this first period, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's 4:05 to go. Kokkonen, nice moves there around Carini. Kokkonen now trying to get all the way through the Ice Dogs defense. That being Manco, ends up on his backside. Loose in front, they score!
Well,
as Pat O'Kane gets the first goal, it's a power play goal. And it's 1-1.
And that's exactly what Pat's good at. He never gives up, okay? So everyone thought the play was over. Ice Dogs are sitting on the puck. He never gave up. Picks it up. The goaltender wasn't expecting it, and it's in the net. So I give him 10 out of 10 for that.
Well, it's almost a case of pulling something out of your backside there as far as Thomas Mango is concerned. He wasn't happy coming back to the bench. Mustangs happy to take advantage of that, and it's 1-1 as Pat O'Kane, he gets his 9th goal of the year, sitting on 20 points for the season. And second in terms of scoring, only behind Jamie Burke. Here's Mitch Humphries as far as the Mustangs are concerned. There's a big hit there on Humphries, courtesy of Johnston. Rollick now, the puck deep in his own zone. Well, they made the mistake there in the end, and a good job there from Mitch Humphries to force the issue on the forecheck. Puck put out only as far as Robertson there on the point, and we've got a penalty coming up against the Ice Dogs. And hooking is going to be the call. Grant Toolman off to the box. No, Rollick. Okay, let's have a look at this. Here's the hit. Oh, Johnston lucky to get away with one there.
Yeah, I'll say.
Not much in it, but still a penalty nonetheless. And here's Rollick.
Is that what he called, or did he call something in the corner?
Nah, he called something else later in the corner. We didn't get that on camera. 3:26 to go. Second power play of the game in as many minutes now here for the Mustangs.
Well, isn't it interesting? I mean, if I'm the Ice Dogs coach, this is the last thing I want. He's outplayed them, and it's 1-1. So if he's not careful, it'll be 2-1.
And here's Burke now. Down low, Kokanen trying to draw Ketlow out, and the stick there of Stevenson. Scott Stevenson proving to be the difference. Here's Burke. Hands off now for Brendan McDowell. Back to Burke. They play a little bit of tennis as Burke tries to get himself a shooting lane. McDowell from a wide angle. Back to Burke, and well, just too much on that. And it sprays over the blue line. Mustangs have to break back in as Dunwoody reaches at the puck. Burke now. Back to McDowell. They play the same game, but on the other side of the ice. Here's Beatty. Trotted at there by Dunwoody. Beatty, that long reach. We've seen him do so many times this season, trying to skip around the outside. As O'Kane now gets it back there here to Kokanen. Kokanen looking for options on offer. Got O'Kane down low to the right and got McDowell in front in the high slot. Beatty with a one-timer, and he places it way wide. Plenty of steam on that. 1:01 left on the power play here to the Mustangs. 2:24 left in the period. Puck's loose in the high slot and taken advantage of here by Dunwoody as he plays the lone hand, breaking in here on Matt Beatty. Stolen back now here by the Mustangs. Ice Dogs get a full complement of penalty killers in terms of their second shift on the ice. 2:06 to go here in the period. 39 seconds left as Burke tries to draw as many Ice Dogs as he can towards him. McMahon hands off as Toolman providing the forecheck. Well, in terms of the penalty kill, he's up high. Here's Pataki trying to apply pressure now here to Humphries. That dishes off here to McMahon with a shot. Saved there by Ketlow at the paddle, covering the 5-hole. 17 seconds to go, maybe a chance for one or two more shots as far as the Mustangs are concerned. And Rory Rollick will rejoin the action. Humphries now looking short side, coughs it straight up though, and Grant Toolman plays the puck now here for the Ice Dogs. Toolman trying to go around McMahon, elects to back off and force it the opposite side. Contacts the skate of referee Steve DeWitt, and Rollick rejoins the action. However, it's still 1-1. And that's the end of the power play. 1 for 2 tonight are the Mustangs so far in this game, as McMahon had it stripped temporarily. Did a good job to win the puck back. Puts the pass up now here to Humphries. Now through to Vyasov. McGregor forced it into the corner. Puck is shot by way of deflection into the netting. We'll get another whistle.
Well, if I'm Mr. Bragg for Sydney, I'd be pretty happy because it's 1-1 still. He almost had a situation where the Mustangs capitalized, go 2-1 into the dressing room. You don't want that. Mustangs, on the other hand, had a great opportunity and just didn't capitalize on it. They had it. They were trying to work the shot, and they really didn't get a lot off on that. So, not a productive power play.
So the puck came off the Mustangs, and it's adjudged to be out of zone as Beatty throws the shoulder there on Schumack as Stringer whips it around and passed by McCoy. Looking there for Bellick as the puck goes in deep, and Rollick's back here to get it for the Ice Dogs. Hands it off now here to McGregor. 43 seconds left in the first period. Carini takes it at centre. Takes on 3 Mustangs players. Drops it off. Stringer steals it and peels right back up the ice. Bellick can't hold of the bouncing puck As Rolick going to retreat with Bellick right on his case. Slapped right back up to centre ice. Here's McCoy for the Mustangs. Cut off there by one number lesser him, that being 14, Dunwoody. Tries to get the pass here to Carini. Puck bounces and eventually onto the blade, the stick blade of Beatty, who peels off and with a burst of steam heads into the offensive zone. Taken care of there by Johnston. Hook and a half there, not called. As Humphreys now tries to force his way through. He gets smashed there by Johnston. And 2 weeks in a row, Mitch Humphreys' helmet comes off after a hit, and that is that. Outstanding period of hockey from both clubs, and probably got the result it deserved in terms of that period of play. It's 1-1.
Yeah, well, I think both teams would go in the dressing room and be happy that it's 1-1. It's like a new game again. But I think that Mr. Kruger will be wondering what's going on with his defense, okay, because he actually had to save their bacon twice, and the post helped as well. So it's amazing what can go wrong and what things can happen. So if I'm the coach for the Mustangs, I'll be looking at my defense to see what's happening and how I can better protect my goaltender. And if I'm the coach for the Ice Dogs, I'd be going, when you get opportunities like that, bury the puck.
Absolutely. As we head into the first intermission, it's 1-1. The Sydney Ice Dogs and the Mustangs dead even after one. We'll be back with the second period of play shortly. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena here in Melbourne, where it's currently 1-1 between the Ice Dogs and Mustangs. Real barn burner of a game. Great place, great pace, I should say, so far. And it is a great place, I should say. It's the O'Brien Group Arena, right?
Well, it's great because we're here, man.
All right, so, Rod, very evenly matched first period. What are we going to expect for the second? More of the same? And what's one team got to do to break the game open?
Well, I hope from the Mustangs' perspective it's not more of the same, because really at the end of the day, they need to tighten their defense and make sure that they don't allow the Ice Dogs to get in behind them. I'm sure Mr. Kruger would have had a few words to say about that. And they need to get their offense firing and test Ketlow, right? From the Ice Dogs' perspective, if I was them, I'd just keep my head screwed on and just keep coming at the Mustangs. So 1-1, it's very much anyone's game.
And a full complement of AIHL fixtures this afternoon. The Ice and Adrenaline currently 2-2 after one period in SA. So
the Ice and the Adrenaline.
2 and 2-2. It's not a scoreline I would have picked. The Adrenaline have come to play. And also the Brave and the Thunder about to do battle over in the West as game one of a double header over there. And also the North Stars and Bears playing up in Newcastle, up at Macquarie. So, yes, some pivotal fixtures, particularly North Stars Bears. North Stars, for mine, I mean, I had more higher aspirations for them at the start of the season. And they've sort of fallen almost to the bottom of the heap. I mean, they've had injuries, they've had a whole lot of stuff happen. But it's not a place I would have picked them to be in.
Well, and I don't think a lot of people would have. So it's like, it's a funny thing. Every year we say, this season is different and unpredictable. And really, this is a very unpredictable season, because if you had to look back 6 weeks ago and then said, well, the Mustangs are in the bottom, and I actually thought they were dusting their golf clubs off to go to the golfing range, and now they're comfortably in fourth place. Well, not comfortably, but they're in fourth place and they're a force to be reckoned with. So how weird is that? Okay.
Well, we have a look at that table. I mean, the Ice on top on 31 points. I think they're 9 points clear of the fourth place Mustangs, but then the Mustangs, only 5 points separates them from last place Adelaide.
Yeah.
So one of the tightest AIHL seasons in recent memory, and well, just over the halfway mark for everyone except the Melbourne Ice, who've only played 12 games, currently playing their 13th against the Adrenaline over in Adelaide right now, as Tillman tried to chip the pass out, put back in there by Schumer. Coming back for it there now was McGregor, and the Ice Dogs break out of their zone through Rory Rolick. Hands off now here to Tillman, back to Rolick, give and go in effect. Tried to shoot that off the side of the net, and waiting for Tillman to arrive. And the puck moved back out now here to Tillman, the punt that was Stevenson in front of the net, excuse me. This one's deflected up as Tillman skates back. Bruno Kane tries to beat him to the punch. Tillman tries to force it over. Rolick pinching in, couldn't do much with it. And the Ice Dogs retreat as the Mustangs break out of their zone. Here's McCoy through centre ice as Schumer collides there with Johnston. Johnston's got the puck now. Johnston one-on-one with Beatty. Johnston to the outside. Backhand shot. Oh! Wow, intelligent play there from Stephen Johnston. Almost paid dividends. Tried to bank that one off the skate and look for the rebound. Just couldn't bury it. The Mustangs get away with one. Humphreys, pass now to O'Kane. Picks it off now here to Burt. Tries to walk in and shoot. Kick save from Ketlow. It's loose in front. Another save from Ketlow. And he covers. Two beauty stops.
Well, that was interesting, because that one almost went right through his legs. So it's a couple of good opportunities there, and he had to come up with a decent save to stop that from going in. But likewise, I don't know if you noticed, but when Beatty tried to clear the puck, he almost shot it right at Kruger. So it's funny how things can happen.
So it's currently 2-1 to the Melbourne Ice. Well, it was 2-1, excuse me, 2-2. I've got the wrong score in front of me. Someone's trolling me. This is trying to give an Adrenaline a Bears and North Stars score update, as that's over the blue line, and that will be...
Is Ice and Adrenaline 2-2 or 2-1?
2-2.
2-2.
So...
Well, that sort of thing is first place plays last place, and you almost go in there thinking you're going to roll them, and the next thing you know, that doesn't happen, and all of a sudden you get behind the 8 ball and you never recover. So you've got to be very, very careful when you're playing against the lower opposition.
And the correct score is the North Stars 1, the Sydney Bears nothing after 1. So there we go. Got it in the end. That's what counts.
Well, you can blame modern technology. Tweet William Hodge Price, AHL Game Day. The Mustangs hockey rise up the ladder has been awesome, cool, and gross. What is the reason behind the Stangs' improvement? Well, a bit of a player change. bit of a long, hard look at each other to ask what you can do better. And the next thing you know, they are where they are.
Some people are pinning it down already, even though it's too early to call to the Damien Holland move. But here was this one shot. It was just wide there of Ketlow. And a good chance there for the Mustangs. Humphries camped in front with Burke behind the net. Moving in and shooting there was Bright, but cancelled out there by Carini. Humphries just keeps it onside, but here's Dunwoody now. 1-on-2 with the Mustangs. At the retreat there of McMahon proved to be the difference as Dunwoody gets stapled to the glass there by Michael McMahon. Carini now, oh, he gets hooked. And no penalty call there. Well, interesting as the tempo going up a few BPM as Burke on the counter-attack can't do much with it. There's a couple of Mustangs players glad. Well, the building has come alive here in the last 10 seconds. I really thought Ellis Carini, I know he did embellish a little bit, but the penalty was there to be called. Anyway, here's Burke. Fired in there by Stevenson. The Mustangs now try to break out. Here's Vyasov, collides there with Stevenson, opens up here, but Spencer shot, oh, saved there by Kruger. And from out of nowhere, the Ice Dogs nearly make it 2-1, if not for the great goaltending of Kruger.
Let's get another look at that, because there's no way he should have been in the slot on his own. Kruger has to make a decent save, but how did he get the puck? Okay? You need to wind that back a bit. And while they're doing that, let's talk about the refereeing, because once again, like, the refs are the refs, okay? But I think there's been 3 or 4 activities that could have had penalties, so it's interesting that they haven't called them.
Yeah. Here's Vyasov in front of the penalty box. Johnson, good hit there on Vyasov. Absolutely cancelled. Oh, and Tillman was retreating there as Beatty was looking for the hit as a hit on Stringer there from McGregor. Well, big hit there from Stephen Johnson. The two number 13s collided. Here's Vyasov, that number 13, saved there by Ketlow. Wow, plenty of feeling in this game. Here's Beatty. Trying to slide that one through. Too many Dogs players there. Stevenson there, Todd, of the Todd variety, I should say. Gets the pass over the head out of Johnston. Picked off there by McCoy. Looking for Vyasov at centre. That's going to go for icing. And we'll get a whistle.
Well, that was a decent little rumble, so I'm sure that Vadum felt that every little bit of it. But one thing I'll say, he got up, and he actually had a decent attempt at Ketlow after that. So we'll give him a bit for that.
Beautiful check there from Stephen Johnston. And, well, he's been quite the player. The Dogs, quite energy in that first period. As we said, 3 shots and 2 of them breakaways, 1 or 2 on 1.
Yep.
And, well, the Mustangs are going to have to contain him for the rest of the game if they're going to have any chance of winning it. Here's his opposite number, Vyasov, for the Mustangs. Pulls up, gets knocked to the ice there by Carini. And, well, he is well and truly in the crosshairs in the last few shifts of the Sydney Ice Dogs. Is Vadum Vyasov. Here's Carini now. He gets knocked over there by McCoy as O'Kane throws a hit on Pataki. Plenty of feeling, as I talked about earlier. That long-range pass there cancelled out as Coconut have to deal with Pataki, and a bouncing puck does well to do with both. And down to the ice there goes Schumer. And that puck shot out of the zone as well. Carini shouldered there by Bright. And Ice Dogs bench not happy. Carini could have got an interference call there, in my opinion. Here's Bright in over the blue line. Goes Whites, and that shot calmly gloved by Kruger. And we have...
So, I don't think I've seen Vadum get hit that much in the whole season as he's been hit here.
Set. Scott Stevenson having a word with Steve DeWitt. Pushing up Fisher-Eating crew, Steve DeWitt, Fraser Olsen and Casper Russell-Huber.
Well is all I can say, okay?
And the shot there, off the pipe, loose in front, the puck's still loose under Kruger's pads. A jam at it, and that will do as headlocks all round as Manko loses his lid. But, well, one gets the feeling there's going to be something the way this game is going.
I think Mr. Beatty took Manko's helmet off just to see if he had any hair or anything like that.
Well, they're 1 for 1 in the helmetless count.
Yeah.
It's a look, that shot off the... Then Kruger makes
he doesn't know where it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Beatty not happy about it.
Here's one for you. Now, that puck was free, so let's think about the NHL. Do you remember in the NHL with the Penguins and... So a lot of people don't understand that if the referee loses sight of the puck, he's meant to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And all kinds of hell can break loose when he blows the whistle,
yeah.
and everyone else can see the puck and he can't.
Yeah. Plenty of great goal mouth scrambles that have gone either way, I will say, on the other side of that equation, where it's been loose and it's been blown dead prematurely as Kruger gets the referee's whistle. And 10:26 remaining, 1-1.
Well, all I can say, mate, is if you pay $22.50 and come and watch this, you're getting your money's worth because you got everything going on, and that's what you want.
And again, Dogs commanding face-offs as Stevenson got that drawn straight through.
I've got a friend of mine in the bar, Daniel McKenna. He's come to this game. Usually he comes and watches us play, and I said, when you watch us, it's like watching paint dry. When you watch these guys, it's the real thing.
And that's being generous, the paint. As this one moved down the near side, here's Beatty out through centre, hands off to McDowell, looking for Burke as McDowell got collected there by Spence. That's going to be offside, and we'll have a whistle.
Well, you know, it could be quick drying paint, too.
Yeah, well. As we get a look at both the Ice Dogs and Mustangs.
A lot of contact here, and I mean, you know, I've talked about this, and the referee's not calling a lot, so they just need to keep their head screwed on and not get caught into something where the referee decides to start calling things and they end up in the box and lose sight of where they're going. And that's both teams.
Correct. Here's Tolman now. Nice little bank pass for Johnston to skate onto down the outside. Stringer, nice move from Johnston, moving and shoots. Great save there by Kruger. As Tolman puts the hit there on Schumer, but out come the Mustangs. 3-on-2 break developing. O'Kane leaves the puck behind and allows the Dogs to regroup. Is that one set in front? McGregor's there for the Ice Dogs. He puts the puck out here to neutral ice and under the stick of Johnston. Johnston down the outside. Johnston still got it walking in. Here come the Dogs. They shoot and score! Rollick makes it 2-1. What a move there from the Ice Dogs. Back to front, and we have a one-goal game.
Well, watch the play, okay? The Mustangs defenseman took the puck carrier and tried to get him out of the way. He failed on that. The pass goes across. The other guy doesn't pick it up, but the trailer does. So no one picks the trailer up. Rollick comes in and scores the goal. So you just can't do that, okay? And he pinched on that for that to happen. So someone's got to be there to stop that from going on. You know, it's funny. I watched Rollick in the All-Star event, and he's a pretty impressive player. Oh, yeah. As we talked about, too, had the puck imprint on his eye when taking that slap shot. Still, I think it's on CTV or the one of the Alberta papers, but I digress. As Tillman, that was his 5th goal of the season, too, Rory Rollick. Equal second to Stephen Johnston. As that shot now trickles through, gathered in here by the Ice Dogs from the man who scored the first goal of the game, Stephen Johnston. Dishes off now here to Tillman, locked in behind the net with Bright right on his case. Hands off to McGregor, just whiffed on it and moved out in front, trying to follow up there as Johnston. Still loose in the slot and finally cleared. But back into Ice Dogs' hands as the Mustangs try to pressure the Dogs in their own defensive zone as Burke couldn't deal with the puck that went off his skates. And Andrew White back now here for the Ice Dogs as the Mustangs. Jamie Burke laid a pretty stiff check. Here's Tillman. Some back checking here for the Ice Dogs. Couldn't clear the zone. And an opportunity opens up now. Here is Humphries trying to drive towards the net. He got cancelled out there by Rollick. Puck now comes onto the Ice Dog stick. Out through centre comes Rollick. Fires on net, and that's straight into the chest of Kruger. He holds on. Well. Kruger's playing well. He just needs to have support so that things like that don't happen. They've got to keep the shooter out of the shooting lanes and keep taking it back to the Ice Dog. I don't really believe Kentlow's been challenged enough yet, and certainly he's not breaking into the kind of sweat that Kruger is. As Rory Rollick and Mitch Humphries having a bit of an eye-to-eye over the benches. And that shot saved there by Kruger and Lazzarotto. Backhands this one all the way back now here to Pataki for the Ice Dogs. Passed out there to Schumacher and on now here to Carini. Stringer tried to lead the check. Carini was wiser to it, but the puck comes back out to neutralise. And out there here to Pataki. Back to Andrew White. Pataki now fires back to White. Slapped in there by Dunwoody, and Carini
streaking down the other wing. Carini now trying to cut to the net. Beatty forced him to cough up the puck as Dunwoody. Well, had Beatty in the headlights and shrugged off there by Matt Beatty. Fired back there. That puck's in front. Ketlo lost sight of it, but it's finally cleared out there by Pataki. Here's McCoy for the Mustangs. Fires, and that one blocked up. Loose puck there in the high slot, and cleared here by Carini. Dunwoody's got it. Oh, and he was collected there by Beatty on a sucker punch, and we've got more as Dunwoody loses the lid. And here comes Bellick, and we've got two players pairing off. Lazzaroni, Dunwoody throwing some rights. Dunwoody going to go here now with Bellick, who's just trying to hold on. Hasn't got his gloves off. Another right there from Dunwoody. Another right. Left now from Dunwoody, switching hands. The players all fired up. Dunwoody with a short right. Bellick trying to come back right over the top there from Bellick. He gets another right in, and another. And both players standing and trading here in the second. Bellick just a little far off with that punch. And both players trying to tie another one for Bellick, and another. And down goes Dunwoody. And wow, this has got the crowd fired up. What a scrap there from Dave Dunwoody. And Bellick, wow. Good old-fashioned punch-in-the-face contest, and the fans absolutely loving it. Well, we said something would happen.
Absolutely. 2-1, somebody's got to do something, and that's exactly what happened. And it brings back memories of the Victor Gidshadin
battle with Kevin Harvey in this very fixture last year, 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Remember the last time these two teams played last year, there was the 6-5 comeback from the Ice Dogs, where they, 6-4, excuse me, where they came back after being down by 3 in the last period, and was the comeback of the season. But you said it had been brewing all game, and both the Dogs and
that all started from Beatty's hit right there at
have a look. Bellick came in. Dunwoody had already lost his lid after having the headlock. Gets a couple of short rights in. Bellick hadn't got his equipment off yet. He said, I need to get undressed for this audition.
Well, when he did, he seemed to fire up and have a real good go at him.
Oh, absolutely. Dunwoody already got the advantage in, switched hands, and Bellick finally got his gloves off. He landed a couple late. It was Dunwoody early, Bellick late, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I thought Dunwoody commanded the first hit, but once Andrew got his jumper off, he really started to come on to him, as you can see here.
Yep.
And he seemed to get the better hand, and then Dunwoody loses his balance, and the referees come in. But like I said, that all started from right at the gate on the Mustangs bench, where Beatty tried to take Dunwoody out on a pretty solid check, and the next thing you know, it's on.
Wow.
And you were in your element, dude.
Oh.
I actually think, that World Heavyweight Championship bout, you could have called that, okay?
Between Pacquiao and Horn.
Absolutely.
I'm still in dispute as to actually Jeremy Horn actually won that, but
all we need is a couple girls with, the cards at the end of the rounds and things like that. It would have been perfect.
Well, I hate to put in a shameless plug, but my other one of my other gigs, Hex Fight Series MMA, July 29th in Perth, Metro City, Fox Sports, 8:30.
And you call it, dude.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
No.
Unreal.
So, but I'm sure.
Why should I be surprised?
I'm sure if Trent's listening, he's probably fired me already. No, but a good scrap, and hopefully it'll be on Hockey Fights. I'm sure it will be eventually. But I think that sort of needed. We sort of also needed that to take the edge off the game, because it was getting a little too chippy, and as the play had sort of become secondary. There were quite a lot of late hits. I mean, Berkey had a late one here on Andrew Waite in the corner. There was another one down there. I think McMahon put Dunwoody in, and then Dunwoody had a run at Beatty as well in the other. So that had been brewing a little all game. But obviously, I know Beatty's not going to fight a man who's half of his size in Andrew. Sorry, Dave Dunwoody's not going to fight Mike Beatty. But well, I'm still buzzed out there. I can't even compose my thoughts.
Again, I'm just going to say, from a coaching perspective, it's one good thing to have a little Barney to sort of stabilize the affair. But if the referees don't keep control of this, and the coaching doesn't keep control of their players, it could be a very sad affair. And I mean, the Ice Dogs are now going in the box for 2.
Well, look, I think that high, if we have a look what started, well, it was just before that. Dunwoody got up high on Beatty with a stick, and a couple of shorties. Well, he actually got his glove off and had a bit of a shot at Beatty from our position. It looked like he gave Beatty a little cheap one. So whether there's more out of this, I'm not sure. In terms of disciplinary action, the AIHL will adjudicate on that. Maybe if it's 5 in games, they'll miss tomorrow, but...
Well, I'm sure they'll go for a couple. So.
Not a couple of drinks afterwards. So.
Nah, I don't think so. They might, though. They might need it. I think that it looked like Dunwoody might have been bleeding.
Yeah, he was cut up on the nose as he skated off. But anyway, we are back, and it's a 5-on-4 power play here for the Mustangs. It's Beatty's shot kicked out there by Ketlow and sent the rest of the way there by Scott Stevenson. 7:18 to go, 2-1, and 150 remaining on a man advantage here for the Mustangs. Get the penalties updated in just a minute. Here's Burke now on the outside, cutting in, hands off now here to Humphries, who's streaking down the far wing, and away come the Ice Dogs here through Todd Stevenson. His shot, and that's steered aside pretty calmly there by Kruger. Here's Kokanen, leaving the game day announcers lost for words after that. Here's Beatty now with the puck through centre. Beatty over the blue line around Stevenson. Got Kokanen, Humphries and Burke as his attacking options, and O'Kane manning the other point. Here's Kokanen now. Moves into the face-off circle, looking for an outlet. Finds one now here in Burke. Thought about the shot. Hands it back off now here to Beatty. Back down now here to Kokanen. Back to Beatty with a bit of time and space. Burke, one-timer. Oh, he hit the crossbar. Great build-up from the Mustangs. And unable to capitalise. Had everyone beat bar the iron. And we'll get a whistle.
Did he hit the crossbar?
Yeah, right off the corner of the post.
Because he sure got good wood on that. It looked like it was going a bit high, so off the crossbar it makes sense.
We have a look. Bang.
Yeah.
I have to say, Scott Stevenson's handlebar moustache just keeps getting better every week.
Well, as a man with a mustache, I can relate to that, mate.
Here's Humphries now. Humphries gets cancelled out there by Rawlick, not before he could get a pass away here to Beatty, and a one-time shot again from Burke, and that's kicked out by Ketlow. Rawlick now whips this one out of the zone, and Kruger will have to leave his goal crease to settle the puck down. 37 seconds left on the man advantage. Here's Jamie Burke for the Mustangs. Beatty now to Kokanen. Kokanen now to the outside. Tillman with a long reach. Tries to prevent his progress. The Dogs trying to get the puck out of the zone. They can't so far, as the Mustangs have control, and they have it down low. Burke now on the point, calling for it after he gets the pass from O'Kane. And he shot, and that was Brendan McDowell. My apologies. Here's Burke now. He gets muscled. Back now here to Beatty as the penalty just about to expire. Staved there by Ketlow, and the puck kept on the right side of the goal line as far as the Ice Dogs are concerned by Damien Ketlow. As Kokanen tried to bank that one off Ketlow. Whistle's gone. Net is off its moorings, and we will have a whistle.
Well. Many chances there. They just didn't seem to capitalize, but they had him hemmed in, and they were given a bit of fright, so that's a good thing. So,
I think a pretty appropriate song for this period, Epic Faith No More, one of my favourites, is as we have another look at the fight. Dunwoody uppercuts, rights, then changes hands, and Bellick, got to be able to take him to give him, and Andrew Bellick did exactly that. Here's Vyasov trying to force that one through. Slipped out now here to the point. Is Bright. Oh, he took a huge hit, and he was sent into the boards hard. It's going to be a penalty coming up here against Ellis Carini, as the puck now moved down to the side of the net, looking for an opportunity. Great save there by Ketlow off the stick of Vyasov, as Ellis Carini is going to go.
Damien Bright's still trying to figure out where he is.
Man, well, I don't think there was any malice in that hit. Bright was turning as he made the play, similar to a play last week where Victor Gibbs-Shadeen got collected, but as he was turning. If you have a look at the replay here. Yeah,
I got to see more of it than that, actually.
Yeah, a couple of seconds before that will tell the whole picture. So we got two. Boarding's going to be the call. Oh no, I think we're getting more.
Here, hit from behind?
Yeah.
He's going to get 2 and 10, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 and 10 against Ellis Carini.
That won't be good.
And no,
he's been playing well.
Yeah. Let's see how this impacts the rest of the game. As Kane Spence going to be the man to sit the 2. Carini will sit the full 12, providing the Mustangs
that's
score.
12 minutes for Mr. Carini sitting in the box.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for the Ice Dogs.
10 minutes minimum. considering obviously the Mustangs don't score. So 5:04, well, that's a sentence you don't commonly hear here in Victoria at the moment. Here's Beatty. Puts this one back off to his defensive partner here, Jamie Burke. Sends it across. Kokanen whips this one around. Here's O'Kane, side of the net. Tried to slide that one through to Beatty, and a great save there from Ketlow after a great shot. And build up there for the Mustangs off the stick of Matt Beatty. Puck in the dispute in the corner. As Pataki got two Mustangs players to deal with. The Mustangs finally come out with a puck. Kokanen skates onto it after O'Kane did some good work. Kokanen now to the Burke, looking for a shot. Back out now here to Beatty. One touches this one on here to Kokanen. Beatty calling for it at the point. As Humphries is there with him as well. Here's Beatty. Oh, that pass bounces off a stick, and fortunately, as far as the Ice Dogs are concerned, now here's Kokanen. 1:05 left on the penalty to Carini, served by Spence for a check from behind. The puck sent in now here to Humphries. Hands it off now here to Beatty. Back to Humphries. And some good penalty killing there from Stevenson. Managed to force the puck over the neutral ice as the other Stevenson collected Mitch Humphries and docked him about 10% of his gear. Here's Beatty now. Andrew White trying to hold him off. Beatty goes down and looks for a penalty. Nothing, according to the referee. 3:40 remains here in this second period. 34 seconds left on the power play here for the Mustangs. That's forced out to neutral ice. As Johnston now, 1-on-2. Johnston fires, and a shoulder save there from Kruger. And he keeps his team at 2-1 as Johnston has a go at Burke. And well, we've got more. And we've got a penalty now coming up too. Looks like Johnston's going to sit as Tallman touches the puck. He shoots it out in the process. As Johnson and Burke, looks like Burke's got under the skin of Stephen Johnson. He's got a roughing call, and just as the penalty was about to expire, another 2 minutes gets added on top of that. As Tallman now having a word to Jamie Burke.
Well, it'd be interesting to see. That was behind the play again too. Something was going on.
Berkey did something, and Johnson retaliated. As we're going to have a short 5-on-3, then a 5-on-4 for the Mustangs. As Tillman having a word here with referee Steve DeWitt. And he's not happy.
I wouldn't be either. The Mustangs are going to have to capitalize on this. They've got 3 minutes, and most of the time they'll be in control. So
that's slapped out of the zone there by Rory Rawlick. And Kruger will pick it up here behind the net. Leaves it behind now here for Jamie Burke as the breakout takes shape as Kane Spence steps back onto the ice and head steps straight into the bench. As on comes Stevenson to complete the penalty killing lineup here for the Ice Dogs. Puck now in control of the Mustangs. Here's Burke. Beatty managed to keep it in. Tillman tried to get it out over the line, and Stevenson did likewise, but couldn't complete it. Here's Kokanen now. Wheels off and got Beatty with him. Forced all the way back to his own blue line there by the long reach of Rawlick. Here's O'Kane now. Back to Kokanen. Here's Beatty. Fires and blocked up high there by Stevenson. And Rawlick cleans up the rest. And a 2-on-1 breaking short-handed here for the Ice Dogs. Rawlick tried to slide that one through to a streaking Scott Stevenson, but just couldn't connect on the pass. And with 1 minute remaining here on the power play for the Mustangs, 2 minutes remaining in the period, it's still 2-1. Here's O'Kane. Cross ice, looking there for Burke. Gets it back to the point. Beatty did well to keep it in. Here's Kokanen, high slot down to Burke. One time and he scores! Power play goal!
Great goal.
It's 2-2 here in the second.
Watch the play by Kokanen because he's in the slot. He sees Burke to his left, gives him the puck, and bingo, it's in. And if I'm the Ice Dogs, I'd be looking on that blue line to see if that puck can come out or not, man, because that was very, very close. I reckon Kokanen's having a great game, man. And I was just going to say to you that Mustang's going to have to watch him. He's got a couple guys that have been out there for a very long time. So that paid off. Great play. Good shot by Jamie Burke, who we should probably mention the fact that if you were here for the All-Star game, 4 targets off 4 shots. The guy can shoot.
Oh, yeah. That was one for the ages. As 2 minutes left, it's 2 for 2, and Richie Benno, rest in peace, would have called that better than I did. But that's the 16th goal of the game for Jamie Burke, averaging a goal a game, 2 points per game. And he adds to that tally as well, as McMahon got run there by Grant Tillman and played with a high stick, according to the referee. We'll have a whistle.
It's funny, but going back to shooting those targets, I was sitting there watching, and I think Rollick was shooting against him, and he had 4 for 7, okay? And Jamie goes in and picks all 4 targets off with 4 pucks, and I don't think anybody thought he was going to do that.
No one. As we checked we thought he'd finished second overall, but in terms of even NHL caliber. But there were a few names. There's 149 left here in the second, draw 1. Get back to that little anecdote in a second. Here's Briasov, tried to get it back over the blue line. Here's Pat O'Kane for the Mustangs. 100 seconds remaining in period number 2 of what's been a fantastic game of hockey so far, as that one touched off the stick of Tillman and out of play.
Well, it's funny, 1 minute 34 left, and 2-2, so play sensible hockey, go in the dressing room, recoup, recover, and come out and play the third period like it's the end of everything, mate.
And score update from Macquarie, 3-0 to the North Stars. Steve Kuhn with a short-handed goal for the team from Newcastle, a game they have to win. Here's McMahon, now here to Kokanen. Kokanen did well, muscled there by Johnston, who's, well, closed the shoulder. He's an angry man in this game with Stephen Johnston, but he's been one of the best players on the ice. And over the blue line now. Johnston fires, and that's straight into the chest of Kruger, and he covers.
Yeah, he's certainly having a very good game, Johnston. There's no doubt about that. And like I said, Carini was having a good game until he went in the box too. So you can't have one of your better players sitting across the ice for 10 minutes if you want to win a game.
So, well, I'm sure that both teams will be watching the replay of this game. It's, well, worth watching. Fantastic. 3-2 to the Melbourne Ice over the Adelaide Adrenaline in Adelaide in midway through the second period. And CBR Brave and Thunder still yet to get underway, as that will complete the full scale of fixtures this afternoon in the Australian Ice Hockey League. Here's Humphries, fires glove there by Ketlow, and well, took a little shot after the edge there by Burke, and you can see 4 Ice Dogs all coming to the defence of their goaltender. They're all looking at Burke, looking for a bit of venganza, I believe it's in Spanish. One language I'm not very good at, English being the other. There's 56 seconds remaining here in period number 2. And someone get booted out of the face-off, and I believe that will be Mitch Humphries. So Shumack, Lachlan Shumack, another good youngster here for the Ice Dogs. Plenty of great young talent on this Ice Dogs roster. One of them's on the puck now. Here's Shumack with Stevenson and Manko. Shumack to the outside, Stevenson on his tail. That one's presented in front. And here's Rollick now for the Ice Dog. Turns around and fires, and Humphries blocked it up high and forced it into the neutral zone. Rollick forces Humphries into the boards, puck into the skates. Manko ties his man up. And that being Brendan McDowell, who managed to get a shot away that's sent up high off a deflection. And Burke has it in the corner now here for the Mustangs. Burke now to the high slot. Burke walks in, fires, and about 2 meters wide. No threat to Damien Ketlow. That one put into the corner. Shumack unable to do anything with it. Mustangs have it. And they're trying to gain some kind of attacking leverage. It's finally forced out as Rollick took a hit there in the corner. Took a hit to make a play, and that will do it. Another entertaining, energetic period of hockey as Manko getting amongst it there for the Ice Dogs, as is Lachlan Shumack, and that will do it. 2-2. Great period of hockey, Rod.
Yeah, it certainly was. And like I said, it's now a new game again. So there's a tension, there's a lot of frustration.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen here is that the dudes who lose their composure will lose the game. So the coaching staff for both teams have to go in and say, you can't lose your intensity, but you have to keep your head screwed on. Otherwise, you're going to be in the box. First guy that makes a mistake is going to let the other team into this, and you just don't want that.
So identical numerical progressions. At the end of 1, it was 1-1, and at the end of 2, it's 2-2. We'll be back
So,
after the second emission
will
with the
it
third.
be 3-3 at the end of 3?
Well, the Ice Dogs haven't been to a shootout yet this season, and we'll see if that's the case. It's 2-2 here at the O'Brien Group Arena. We'll be back shortly. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena, barn burner of a game here between the Sydney Ice Dogs and the Melbourne Mustangs. 4 playing 5, but it is currently locked at 2 apiece. And Rod Jones, some spectacular hockey action all around. And what's it going to take for, as I said at the end of the first, what's it going to take for one team to break the game open?
Well, you've had the fight, okay, and that did break it open a bit. Maybe not enough, right? So this period's going to be a real battle.
Yeah.
And like I think we talked about before they went in the dressing room, both teams have to keep their heads screwed on, because if they end up in the box, they're giving the other guys a chance to roll them, and they just can't afford to do that.
Yeah. As we say, the talking point, obviously, as you just mentioned, was the fight between Dave Dunwoody and Andrew Bellick. And as I said, a couple of shots. It was Dunwoody early, and then Bellick, when he finally got an opportunity to get his gear off, he answered in due course, and a great one. Haven't had one for a while, so it was good to get the tonsils out.
Well, I haven't seen you that excited, like I said, since Victor Gibshadine and Mr. Harvey Rumble.
Yeah. And Berkey and I think Tyler Grove had a good scrap that year too.
Yeah.
So I think that was the week after against the Adrenaline. So, but crowd loving it. Dave Dunwoody loving it as well. Plenty of Ice Dogs fans that have made the trip down too. So kudos to them. And well, as I said, this is only period number 3 of 6 for the weekend. These two teams will meet again tomorrow night at this very building. And some score updates from around the league. It's 3-3 between the Adrenaline and the Melbourne Ice in Adelaide. And the North Stars currently 3-0 up over the Sydney Bears up in Sydney. And the Ice and CBR Brave about to get underway over in the West. And they finally caught up to us time-wise, amongst other things. I'm from Western Australia, I can say that.
I'll say hello to Stan then. Stan, how you going, dude?
He's probably 3 wines in by now.
So while they're waiting to drop this puck, I didn't do the game with you, the Derby game.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Well, I thought the Mustangs had a chance. They were always in it, and they let it get out of their reach too soon, I think. I didn't think they were outmatched by any chance, but it was more their mistakes that cost them the game than the Ice. I thought they took it to them.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there'll be one last derby between those two teams. A Thursday night, only Thursday night derby this season, as this one moved out now here to Tallman. As he picks it up now for the Ice, swatted away from him in front of the bench. As the Mustangs trying to force it out over the zone. Slapped right back in there by Rory Rawley with a head-hunting shot over the head of James Kruger. Beatty tries to get it over the blue line. He gets checked there by Johnston, but a 2-on-2 break the other way here for the Mustangs. Vyasov to Kokanen, moving in now. Kokanen shoots and scores! Just like that, Anton Kokanen makes it 3-2 inside the first minute of the third.
Wow, watch the replay. So Vadim gives him a little bit of a drop pass. He takes one step and lets it go, and in the top corner, bingo.
So Anton Kokanen, as we have a look at the replay, quite right there.
Bingo. Thank you very much.
See you later, Sally.
So, that's right. See you later, Sally.
As Anton Kokanen, 8th goal of the year, 25 points, trails only Jamie Burke in terms of the Mustangs scoring race. Currently sitting on 30. Here's Manko, dumps this one in, gets the shoulder from said player, Jamie Burke. Now here's Troy Robertson. Trying to get the pass out, digs at it there with Manko. As he jostles there with Burke, and it's forced in behind the goal line. And hooked out there by McCoy. Tried to get it to McDowell, couldn't handle the puck. Humphreys can, and he's got it in front of the bench. He sees the check there from Stevenson coming from last week, and he spins out of it. Nice awareness there from Mitch Humphreys, as he's quite in form. 6-point weekend for him last weekend against the CBR Brave. Here's Burke now, through the neutral zone. Just on side of the Mustangs. Burke now got Humphreys in front. Great save by Ketlow, as he was screened there by Humphreys, who's gone down in the corner. He's pretty slow to get up. The play continues. Here's White for the Ice Dogs. Just chipped this off the boards. Looking there for Stevenson. Picked up by Robertson now here for the Mustangs, and moved out now here to Michael McMahon. Off to Jamie Burke. Just can't control the pass. He retreats to the bench for a line change as McGregor moves it out over the far side. Now here's Stevenson, slaps it across the ice, picked up by Toolman in front of the penalty box, and got Johnston with him. Rims this puck in deep, and Johnston picks it up now here for the Ice Dogs. Been the danger man all night for Sydney. Now, well, he couldn't do much with it then as he's forced out of the neutral zone as Stevenson and Kokanen jostle for the puck. It's left behind in the neutral zone and picked up by Pat O'Kane. Got grabbed there by Toolman and play continues. Here's McCoy, gets shouldered there by Toolman who got the worst of it as Beatty gets bumped there by Johnston as well. The puck comes out the other way. Here's O'Kane, 3-on-2 break here for the Mustangs. Kokanen got Biasov screening from the back. Tic-tac-toe! What do you know? The Mustangs make it 4-2. That was absolutely outstanding.
Wow. Again, watch Kokanen. A lesser player would have taken the shot, but he sees Biasov off to the right, times it perfect, slides it across, and Badham's got the whole open net to put the puck away.
As Vadim Biasov has had quite a season by his standards. That's his 3rd goal of the season.
Thank you, says Vadim.
And 100% of the net to shoot at as Ketlow was out. And just like that, it's a 2-goal game. The Mustangs in charge here at the O'Brien Group Arena. 3 minutes inside of the first. Here's a shot there from Beatty. That's kept up by Ketlow. And Schumer looking for the rest of it. And can't get to it. And we get ourselves a face-off.
Well, it's interesting. 4-2. If I'm the Mustangs, I'm not going to take my foot off the pedal. I'm just going to keep coming at these guys. And that's what they got to do.
As the puck moved out, slapped in there by Beatty. Ketlow had the save, couldn't do much with the rebound, and it's forced out now here to Stevenson, just out of reach. And it's moved back, all the way back into the own zone of the Ice Dogs. Here's Rawlik, sends it wide to McGregor. Sorry, Manko, excuse me. It's Schumack reaching for the puck. Schumer got shouldered there by Manko. As the Ice Dogs change personnel. And the puck comes out now here to Shannon McGregor. Pass there for Toolman, taken on the skate. Goes to Rawlik now, playing the role of centre, at least in this passage of play. Robertson had his pocket picked, but it matters not as the Mustangs come back the other way through Humphreys down the outside. Mitch Humphreys shoots, great save by Ketlow. But tight angle, oh, as Humphreys was collected there by Rawlik, as Mustangs fans said there was malice in that hit. I'm not sure, we'll have to see the replay. As the puck gathered in here by McMahon, it was a big one from Rawlik. As Dogs looking a little frustrated. Considering some of the play this game, you can understand why. Both teams would be. Here's Johnston now to the outside. Shoots, and that's wide. And no threat to the net of Kruger. Held in here by Marino for the Dogs. Down low here to Toolman. Got White setting up shop in the high slot, as Stevenson is as well. And moving in there is Toolman. Cancelled out there by Kruger. Danger not over though. One-time shot from Toolman. What a save there from Kruger. And it remains 4-2.
Well, Kruger's holding his ground, and that's what you want. He's making the saves when he has to make the saves.
Yep.
And the Mustangs are coming back and picking these guys out, right? So, like I said before, the last thing you want to do is slow down. You must stay on them and keep pushing.
That shot initially on the glove of Kruger, then off his shoulder, then off the crossbar. You take the saves any way you can get them.
Yep.
Here's McCoy, muscled there by Manko. Schumack trying to provide some support. Kokanen puts the puck here behind for McCoy. Got Biasov calling for it. Goes to him now, out of reach, but not out of the reach of Andrew White. Moves it over here now to Marino. Through centre, Marino fires this one into the opposite corner. McCoy's going to go gather it in here for the Mustangs. Tries to joust there with Manko. He's got 2 Mustangs players to deal with, and they come away with the puck. Kokanen retreats, gets it out now here to McCoy. Sends it around the kick plate. As Beatty did well to drop that one off to O'Kane with Kokanen. And now to the streaking Biasov. Going to run into the bench. And he gets hit from behind there from Andrew White.
Well, that's right.
And Biasov, it's more of a shove than a check. Nonetheless, play continues. O'Kane, he gets shouldered there by Marino. Biasov now. Biasov hounded there by White. And well, the pass ends up with Johnston. And his pass now comes here to Toolman through centre. Toolman trying to get through Matt Beatty, who comes with the puck and hands it off now here to Kokanen. Beatty in on the forecheck there with Johnston. Oh, he got stapled to the glass in a stiff check. As Stevenson throws the shoulder, loses the puck, comes back now here to McMahon, puts it on net. Oh, nice tip in front. Ketlow with a great save. And the danger not over here for the Dogs as Burke puts it back to the blue line. McMahon keeps it onside. Ketlow covers. And we have a whistle.
That was McDowell on the tip there. That was a good little play.
Oh, absolutely.
Humphreys has been getting hit around pretty good here, too.
Yeah.
He's been collected a couple times and behind their goal and that sort of thing.
Said, been incredibly productive since coming across from the Melbourne ice. Some viewed the move as controversial, but he wasn't getting playing time, as we've talked about a couple of times. And, well, he's been all over it since joining the Ice Dogs. As Johnston and Burke have a conversation after that hit, rimmed around there by Rawlick. Here's Shannon McGregor for the Dogs. Chips this one off the boards. Toulmin picks up the puck and skates out of his own zone. Got some close attention from McDowell. Nice pass to Johnston. Rawlick might have been offside. Linesman didn't see it. Here's Johnston now. Avoids the check there of McCoy. As the puck's shot around and to the opposite side. Toulmin hoping to beat out Burke to the puck. Gets checked there by Burke. Comes back here to Stevenson. Played it with a high stick. Have it onto the stick here of Humphreys. 2-on-1 break now here for the Mustangs. And they come. Great save by Ketlow. Off Brendan McDowell being the trailer on that play as Toulmin and Burke have a few words.
That was a good little setup by Humphreys too, and you know, it's funny.
Oh, we got some more as Mitch Humphreys and Rory Rawlick have a bit to say.
I think they've been having a little bit of a go all game.
Well, Humphreys is going. Mustangs bench are not happy. I don't know if we got that on camera.
But again, that's the sort of thing, you don't see the first thing, but the second thing everybody sees.
The retaliation.
So what happens is he ends up in the box on the second thing. So I can only say to you again that despite all the stuff that's going on, you cannot get drawn into things like this, right?
Yeah.
So keep your head, look at the score, and keep putting the puck away. I was just going to say, Humphreys coming across from ice to here. We talked about player management, and that was going to be one of the biggest challenges that Ice had.
Yeah.
Was how to manage their very talented bench.
Yeah, and we saw what happened, but just the one so far. But obviously, playoff contention comes into it over halfway through the season. Here's Toulmin now. Toulmin, nice move. Toulmin moving in, shoots off, saved by Kruger. What a save by James Kruger off the break there from Toulmin. And that's off. We'll have a whistle.
Well, it's interesting again. Like
goaltender interference. Grant Toulmin's gone for goalie interference. Well, at least that's what the signal was made.
That was a good save by Kruger. And
we have a look on the replay. So the call
watch it again.
We get another look at that upstairs. The call's been made.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, penalty shot is the call. A penalty shot, really? Okay.
What's the penalty? What's the logic behind that?
Well, interference was the call made. I actually thought, let's have a look. So Grant Toulmin's got a penalty shot here for the Sydney Ice Dogs. He's going to take it against Kruger. And it's saved by Kruger. And that will do it.
We got to see this again to work out what the logic was behind that one, man.
Yeah, if we can get another look at the breakaway, please, upstairs.
Yeah.
As Maxime Perron and Rory Rawlick were having quite the...
Absolutely, there was no love lost there.
So here's the play. So here's... I don't know if it happened there or it happened later. Well, that was just out of frame, but
I'd be really interested to understand what was going on there and who the call was on.
So
yeah, that's all right.
We don't have another angle on that, unfortunately. There's a shot there, and that's kicked out by Kruger off the stick of McGregor. As Toulmin trying to bust in. On his knees there was Stevenson, couldn't affect the play. O'Kane takes it at centre ice, 1-on-1 with Rawlick. Here's O'Kane, shot! And Ketlow with a great glove, and he forced it out of the corner. Plenty of passion in this game, as there has been all game, as Toolman comes in now. Still a penalty, don't forget, to Humphries. So there's a power play here for the Ice Dogs. A shot, losing his stick was Johnston. As Schumack sent to the ice. A joust there with Beatty. That one's sent out of the zone. And Johnston picks it up now. 42 seconds left on the penalty to Humphries. The Dogs trying to get something going here on the power play. 12:22 remaining in the period. Still plenty of time for both teams to add to the scoreline. Here's Johnston now. Around Beatty. Nice move. Johnston going towards the net. Just drawn a spurt to him. Gets a slash and a whack. And now the puck out to Stevenson. Hands off now here to Rawlick. Fires. That one's blocked and eventually onto the stick of Schumack. Drops this off blindly. Beatty tried to get it out of the zone. Kept in the zone there by Rawlick. And picked up now here by Johnston. High slot. His shot was blocked. Gets the rebound though. Turns around. Shoots. And that was actually deflected off his own play there by Schumack. Sent out loose in front. And McCoy comes away with a loose puck. Here's Humphries straight out of the penalty box. Humphries in behind play. Shoots. Great save by Ketlow. And straight out of the penalty box and straight into the action goes Mitch Humphries. Played with a high stick according to the officials.
Carini's back too.
And that was Carini after serving 2 and 10. So full complement for the bench. The Ice Dogs, look at that.
Well, I'm still puzzled on that penalty shot, mate. I mean, it'd be very interesting to see what the deal was there. And me and you are usually pretty good at this.
Yeah, well, he gave the interference signal. So usually with a penalty shot, you give the same signal, but it's above your head. But he did this, so maybe the only thing I could see there was maybe a hold.
So Beatty who though? But I mean, he got the shot off.
Yeah, well, look, as I said, I'll have to go and watch the replay at full speed. But maybe after the game as well. But they've plenty of time to do it. I've got to get public transport because my car died this morning. So first world problems anyway. Here's
At least
Humphries.
you're not walking, dude.
It's a long way from Reservoir. Here's Vyasov now. Top of the circle. Vyasov peels off. Oh, got hooked and slashed. And here's Ketlow now. Bumped off there. O'Kane was Toolman. And puck moved out behind the net. White now chips it off to here to Toolman. Backhands this one. And White picks it up now here for the Ice Dog. White over the blue line. Got Carini going in on the forecheck. Kruger beats everyone to it and sends it around the kick plate. And now here's Toolman now trying to cut to the net. Muscled off it. Quick shot. Net's off its moorings. Referee hasn't seen it. Now he has. And we get a whistle. 10:49 to go.
Kruger wasn't happy there about something. Well, you know, it's 11 minutes left and it really is still anyone's game. All that has to happen for Ice Dogs is for them to score 1 goal and anything's possible. So if I'm the Mustangs, I want to get 1 more and put them away.
So still 3-0 to the North Stars up in Sydney over the Bears, and the Thunder and Brave have just dropped the puck as this one now looking for Burke at centre ice for the Mustangs. Put back in by Marino, picked up by Humphries. He gets checked there by Marino, but now here's McDowell with a shot. Great glove save there from Ketlow. Cleaned up by McGregor and forced out by the Dogs. Here's Beatty. Retreats, sends it wide there here to McCoy. Schumack now. For the Ice Dogs, made a mistake, could cost him. Here's Humphries moving in, shot, saved there by Ketlow. Puck is loose. Mitch Humphries has been prolific in this game. Oh, hook and a half there by Jamie Burke. There was no dispute about that one, I don't think.
Jamie seems to think there was.
So to the power play go the Sydney Ice Dogs as McDowell and Schumack have a bit of a conversation. Plenty of that tonight.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I would think so. I would think that there's not a lot in that one.
So 10:14 to go. There's draw 1 now here by the Dogs. Stevenson sends it in front to Toolman, can't do much with it. And out come the Mustangs short-handed, 2-on-2. Kokinen though decides to retreat into his own zone and buy himself some time. Well, he put the puck in, leaves it here for Johnston, slides it through. Oh, looking to connect there with Stevenson. Just couldn't do so as Kruger was wiser to the play, and it remains 4-2. 9:50 to go here, third period, over the halfway mark of the final frame. 90 seconds left on the penalty to Jamie Burke for hooking. And out come the Dogs on the breakout, and well, they're going to have to take
that
two.
Was sloppy.
Indeed it was. Here's McGregor, no, take two. McGregor sends it by Kokkonen and goes to get his own dump in. Beatty first to it. McGregor saw the hit in terms of the numbers of Beatty turning and decided to pull up. Here's Rawlik to the outside. Rawlik now. Got Johnston with him and Toolman. His pass back to Johnston. Carini calling for it on the other point. And well, Johnston's forced all the way out over the blue line. And so waiting for the full complement of power play personnel with the Dogs. That's stolen here by McCoy. 2 on 1 break back short-handed. McCoy tried to get it off to Vyasov. Good job from Andrew White. And Rawlik picks it up now here for the Ice Dog. Rawlik moves in. Toolman goes hard to the net. Got the puck now here, side of the net and behind it. Shot it off the back of the net. Just misjudged it. Kept in by White. Fires it right on, and that one's wide. Rawlik's got some time and space to size up the opposition. No, he sized it up incorrectly as he sent it right back into Jack McCoy's hands, and he sends it the rest of the way. 8:38 to go, 22 seconds, maybe time for one last attacking drive as far as the Ice Dogs are concerned. Toolman picks it up in front of the penalty box, sends it rink wide, looking for Andrew White. I think he was looking for the bench. 10 seconds left, returns it back up now here to Carini. And well, just offside now are the Dogs, and that'll pretty much do it here for the power play. Not a really great one for the Ice Dogs, and it may be an opportunity lost, but 8:13 to go. Here's Manko down the near side. Manko now just draws a couple of plays to him. Carini has it. Just too much for him. Pataki arrives late and gets muscled there by McMahon. There's Schumack now. Some nice moves from him. Loses his edge eventually as Pataki shoves Burke to the ice. He's trying to shove his way through the block. Here's Pataki now. Pataki's done well to force the issue. Shot! Great save from Kruger. Good individual effort there from Daniel Pataki. He sends it right back in. Carini's now. Carini side of the net. Tries to squeeze it by Kruger, and he's making all kinds of nuisance here for the Dogs in this third period. Burke down to Humphries. Humphries moving in, shooting on Ketlow, and he's put it up about half a foot wide and high of Damien Ketlow. Humphries, though, done well to retreat all the way back into his own zone and get back on the puck. Throws it out now here to Jamie Burke. Interchanges there with Matt Beatty. Usually is a forward. Playing defence here for the Mustangs this season. Here's Humphries. That is stolen from him. Stevenson trying to get it off Burke. As is Toolman, as Johnston throws the hit there on Burke right in front of his own bench. And they continue their little battle. McGregor puts it wide, and that goes into the glass. Stringer gets shouldered there by Toolman. Game's still got plenty of physicality, despite the scoreline. As Burke, poke checked away from him here by Marino. Marino, the youngster, cuts in to the high slot. Marino drops it off here to Toolman. And great defensive play now. Stevenson, though, has it for the Dogs. Toolman, first to get it now here for Sydney. Moved it out now here looking for Marino. In the skates there of Beatty. And forced out now here to Vadim Vyasov. Looking for Kokkonen in front of the scorer's box. Kokkonen all by himself. Got 4 Dogs players to deal with. And deal with him they do, as Johnson retreats. A few tired players out there for the Sydney Ice Dogs on this shift, but they progressively change the personnel. And here comes Stevenson after a pass there from Rawlik. Stevenson sends it in. Carini goes in on the forecheck. Carini picks the puck up, has to get by McMahon, doesn't. McMahon did well to cancel him out. And Carini on the back check, and McMahon sends it all the way back now here to Rawlik. 5-5-5. If you're a Slipknot fan, you know the next line of that song. Here's Carini. Now here's Schumack over the blue line. Schumack fires, pretty comfortable glove save there for Kruger, and he holds on.
Well, my friend, I reckon that so far, here comes a tweet. Chris Makaborski, if the third is anywhere close to this period, game of the year, high-paced, physical fight, edge of your entertainment. Well, man, I'll say that's the way it is. And at the end of the day, it's still anyone's game with 5 minutes and 42 seconds left, so...
And 2 goals in it, as well as that amount of time, as Stevenson tried to win it off Beatty. Did well to Stevenson, tries to send it over there to Carini. Play is onside. McCoy first there for the Mustangs. Gets it out to McDowell. Beatty. And Stevenson collides there with Humphries behind the play. Beatty now with Burke. 3-on-2. And that one's moved out now here to Ellis Carini in front of his own bench. But Ice Dogs players retreating. Going to have to build all the way from the back and from Daniel Pataki. Comes the pass to Johnston. It's Stevenson now in front of his own bench. Backhand pass now off to Tillman. Tries to skip by Humphreys, and Humphreys wins that battle and sends it back out to neutralise. Johnston is waiting for the Ice Dogs. Johnston waits for his fellow players to touch up. Moves back in, down into the corner. Johnston still got the puck. Muscled there by Robertson. And he gets it through down to Stevenson. Here's Stevenson. Give and go action there from the Dogs. It's loose in front and finally cleared. That's better from the Sydney Ice Dogs in terms of a crisp build-up. Just unable to finish it off. Here's Tillman now through centre. Wheels around. Nice pass to Johnson. Give and go now. Here's Tillman moving in. Tillman shoots. Oh, he hit the pipe. Almost in there for the Sydney Ice Dogs. Tillman still got it. Nearly runs out of real estate. Gets the pass up now here to Johnston. Johnston now calling for the back is Marino. And before it got through to him, we have...
The net's off.
I believe that the net is off.
Yeah.
As we get a stop in play. And, well, looked like the Ice Dogs were clawing at it for a goal there.
Well, that was great give and go, mate. Tillman and Johnston were throwing the puck around big time. So Mustangs are very fortunate that Mustangs are very fortunate that that they didn't capitalize on that.
So draw one now here by the Mustangs. There's Beatty. He scored the goal, one of the goals of the season last week against the Sydney Bears. He goes on an end-to-end rush. Oh, he got hammered there by Andrew White. Great hip check. And did enough to at least separate him from the puck. That's all you got to do is Beatty returns the favour.
I get one, I give one. Sharing is caring.
Universal karma in effect there is Kokinen. Tries to get around Manko. Got a stick up. Appeals for a cross-check. Here's Kokinen now. Kokinen, nothing on offer, so he has to retreat all the way into the neutral zone. Buy himself some time. His team's 2 goals up, so he can afford to do so. The Ice Dogs, urgency being their modus operandi for the next 3:37. Here's McMahon now. McMahon, good pass. Looking now to the outside. Quick shot. Ketlow had the save off of that O'Kane bullet. Damien Ketlow's been one of the best players on the ice for the Ice Dogs, despite the scoreline. There's Humphreys now. Humphreys gets checked there by Johnston. As Vyasov couldn't do much with it. Johnston can. He manages to buy himself some ice and gets it out here to Marino with Tillman. The 2 forwards now here for the Ice Dogs. Vyasov now. Vyasov gets shouldered there by Marino. Almost first a turnover. McMahon gets a couple of sticks. Tillman took the worst of the hit after he made it on McMahon, but straight back to his feet. And here comes Johnston now for the Ice Dogs. Johnston through centre. McMahon on his tail. Johnston shoots into the shoulder of Kruger, and he covers.
Well, interestingly on that play coming out, I don't know if anyone saw that, but like the Mustangs should have pinched that guy, but the defense didn't, and they let the Ice Dogs come out and come at him. Like I said before, you can't do that because you get caught flat-footed, and the next thing you know, bingo.
And timeout call with 2:49 remaining here in the third.
So,
and
without a doubt,
Sydney Ice Dogs being called the timeout.
Without a doubt, 2:40 left. You cannot go to sleep. You must keep coming at these guys. If you have the puck and they don't, you're the winner. It's as simple as that. And you must keep your cool.
We'll see how long it is before Damien Ketlow heads to the bench, if at all.
Well, he'll be trying that for sure, without a doubt. So the question will be, when he does do that, what will the Mustangs' response be?
Yeah. We saw last week with the Sydney Bears when they were 2 goals down, and they gambled with about 4 minutes remaining, and they scored. They brought the game back to 1, but then an empty netter, and that was it. So,
well, I was surprised 2 years ago Tampa Bay did that with about 3 minutes and 40 left in the game, and they pulled their goal in. That sort of thing usually doesn't happen.
So here's Rolick now. Fires, and it's about 1 metre wide and into the netting, and we'll have another face-off.
But I guess in the scheme of things, it's having confidence in your players, the players understanding what the end game is, and then playing it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I said 20 seconds ago, if you got the puck and the other guy doesn't, chances are you're going to win the game.
And the winner of this game will skate away with 3 points, but another 3 points on offer tomorrow night 4 o'clock Eastern, so make sure you tune in for that one as well. And if it's anything like tonight, you're in for a treat. Here's Carini now for the Dogs, trying to set something up. Carini gains the red line and dumps the puck in. But all Mustangs players there, and that being the jersey of Troy Robertson. His first game back, as we mentioned, since 2014. Rolik stays on the right side of the blue line, but the puck comes out on the wrong side of the blue line. And all the way back out to the centre face-off area. As Carini just couldn't control it. 2:05 to go. Burke now. Stevenson poked the puck up, but his teammate Humphreys was there to bail out Burke. Stevenson done well, but McDowell gives him a bit of a tap. Rolik has it now for the Ice Dogs. 2 minutes to go. As Rolik sends it out now here to Stevenson, all by himself. Johnston going to go in and forecheck this one for the Ice Dogs, but he's got a bit of room to make up as Corey Stringer takes advantages.
Ketlow's looking, here we go.
As Ketlow heads to the bench, and 6 skaters on the ice now here for the Sydney Ice Dogs. White managed to hold the line and throw it out, but it comes right back out to neutral zone territory. And here comes Toolman, busting back in. Toolman to the net. Toolman still got it. Thought about the shot. Centers it in front. Oh, he scores! Get the protractor out. Grant Toolman. That was an impossible angle. Banks it off the back of James Kruger. And just like that, it's a 4-3 game.
Well, that's what I said. So 1:21 left, 4-3. You really have to keep your head on now and stay focused. Both teams, okay? Ice Dogs have nothing to lose. They want to go at it, and the Mustangs have to hold this lead. So have to keep their head screwed on. And you're right, that was just a clearing dump in front of the net that just happened to bounce the right way.
So Grant Toolman.
He's having a very good game, Toolman.
Second season after coming back from last season for the Ice Dogs. 14 goals on the year. Leads all Ice Dogs players by a long way. Second place Johnston with 6 is the nearest. And you can hear, well, we can hear Maxime Perron swearing in a few different languages, at least 2 of them anyway. Here comes Toolman now. Toolman trying to bust in again to the zone. He shoots, it's blocked up by 6 skaters again on the ice. Net is empty at the Ice Dogs' end. Here's Toolman now. Quick shot from Johnston. Oh, it's off the side of the net. It's loose behind the net as Cocaine digs at it here for the Mustangs. 59 seconds remaining here in the game. White now. He tries to muscle in. Tolman's puck is sent all the way back with a lone hand for the Dogs is number 88, Rolik. And he dishes it off now here to Johnston. You can see the Dogs being patient, trying to build up an attacking drive. Johnston being the catalyst. Oh, he got stolen there by O'Kane at centre. Here's Burke now. Burke shoots. Oh, it's blocked up there by Rolik. Oh, great job there from Rory Rolik. Might be a goaltender in his other time, in his other occupation. Here's O'Kane. He shoots and scores. It matters not. 5-3. The Mustangs with an empty net goal. Pat O'Kane. And they will skate away with the 3 points here this afternoon.
And that's all she wrote, my friends. 25 seconds left. My money's on the Mustangs. But you got to make another comment about Rolik making the save off the shot of, was it Jamie Burke, I think, right? Yeah. So
Jamie Burke's got a penalty. I think it would have been for incitement. He came past the...
yeah.
It was okay.
Well, they've been chipping at each other's bench for pretty much the whole game. So it's a pretty normal thing after a goal to let the other team know that you scored, just in case they missed that.
Well, Steve Johnson gave Berkey a pretty decent chop there in the side of the net after that goal. But so he's getting 10. Yeah, I thought so. Incitement, 10 minutes. And all the Mustangs faithful don't care. And so yeah. So, yep, 10 it is. And, well, barring a 3-goal, 25 seconds, looks like the Mustangs are going to take the 3 points here this afternoon.
In the scheme of things, with 25 seconds left, they might get 1.
Yeah.
But really...
2's a tall order.
Yeah.
But, well, look, they'll come back tomorrow night with the Dogs and regroup. And to be honest, they had most of the play in the first period.
Yeah.
And they just weren't able to capitalise. As Ilman Lee now for the Dogs.
Kruger certainly held the Mustangs in on two clear breaks.
And while talking of breaks, here's Kane Spence now for the Dogs. Maybe a late one here for the Dogs. As he pulls up, had his angle taken away from him. And that will do it. The Melbourne Mustangs take it 5-3 over the Ice Dogs in one of the games of the season here at the O'Brien Group Arena.
Well, I just say what we talked about before. The funny thing about these games and this season is that you think you got it sorted out, and then something like this happens. And it was a good game. It was a good game all around. It was physical. People got to see a fight. They got to see some very good puck control, a lot of really great plays, and some good saves by both goaltenders. So no one wants to lose, but 5-3, it's worth the money.
Yeah, absolutely. Outstanding entertainment.
And I think we talked a little bit about the Ice Dogs, and they've got a couple guys who can certainly freewheel, throw the puck around. They did that well. Toulmin, Johnston worked well together. Rowley's a good player as well.
Yeah.
Karani, until he went in the box for 12 to a 10.
Yeah.
Certainly contributed. So, and then you get to the Mustangs bench, and I mean, Kokinen had a great game. He carried the play, set a lot of people up, scored himself.
Yeah.
Burke was right in there. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, look, and they'll be back at it tomorrow night here from 4 p.m. Eastern. The Mustangs take the 3 points over their closest rival in terms of the table, the Sydney Ice Dogs. And the Dogs are looking to be even the ledger tomorrow night. The Mustangs are hoping to extend that. But on behalf of my co-commentator, Rod Johns, I'm Steve White. We hope you join us again tomorrow night from 4 for the Melbourne Mustangs and the Sydney Ice Dogs from the O'Brien Group Arena. It's bye from us.
See you all later.